Hello, everybody. I am Thomas Guzzoni, Senior UCC and DevNet Engineer for Lutech. Welcome to this lightning speech. This is DevLit 2788. And I'm going to tell you the story of how we got to Vegas in 15 days. But before that, the usual slide that you have seen maybe 1,000 times during these days. If you want to join the discussion, go to the Cisco Events app and join the discussion in Webex. Because I won't take questions probably because it's only 20 minutes and I don't think we have time for that. So the story begins in April with the EMEAR Webex Partner Hackathon 2022. It's a contest that Cisco organized with the purpose to involve partners in creating a solution for hybrid working using Webex. The judging criteria were the business relevance of the problems that you're going to solve with your project, the quality of the presentation, and the quality of the prototype. You had to present your project in 10 minutes, so not that easy. That's me with my colleagues. We won the contest, and that's the reason why I'm here. As I said, here's me. And with me in Las Vegas today, there is also Manuel Costantini, Senior Account Manager, and Franco Di Lalla. And probably the other two my colleagues are following us on YouTube. Ciao Antonio, ciao Enrico, Senior Collaboration Engineer Antonio Sanzo, and Enrico Amigoni, my team leader. So what's the product that we developed? What's the problem we solved with our hack? The problem was that in our company, in Lutech, we have a lot of meeting rooms with Cisco devices, and we love to showcase these devices to our customers so they can touch it firsthand. But during COVID, this wasn't easy. I mean, there have been a lot of problems with that. So we thought, OK, is there any way that we can automate the process of welcoming visitors to our main site without having human interaction, without having a person welcoming them and registering them? It was a request from our internal IT. And the solution to this problem is our hack. We started from this scenario, and we built several other features in it during the contest. As you might have guessed, it took 15 working days to conceive and build this solution. So that's the product that we brought, the hack that we created, a guest management suite. It's made of 3 modules. I'm going to show you all of these in a sec. The first module is about welcoming visitors that come by foot, okay, that just entered the company. The second module is about those coming by car. And the third module, the third use case, it's about giving more services to visitors, to guests in our meeting rooms. Okay, for the first use case, we wanted to, as I said, remove the human interaction that a physical receptionist would have and automate the process of registering people coming to our company. In order to do that, we used a Webex Desk Pro device on which there's an interface that the guest has to fill with its details, name, surname, company name, email, that kind of stuff. We save those information, and the guest receives back a guest Wi-Fi credential token so that he can use our guest Wi-Fi. I'm going to show you what's the user experience in a sec. OK, that's the entrance of our company. As you can see, we have the Webex device on the table. The visitor comes in. And as soon as he enters, he will see the device. He can approach it. Via the people count API, the device notices that a person is in front of him. And the interface opens. He selects the person he wants to visit. He wants to alert that he has arrived, in this case, me. He fills his name, surname, company name, email. And as soon as he presses enter, the host receives via Webex bot an alert that his guest has arrived, and he receives back some credentials from ICE. Via People Count API, the device turns off itself. So that's the user experience, and that's the interface. A little bit more in detail because in the video it's not that clear. The first screen, the second screen with the ICE credential, and the alert of the bot. So how it's done? It's a Python Flask application. Of course, we needed a Desk Pro device. There's a Webex integration for extracting the list of all the people working in Lutech. There's an integration with Cisco ICE in order to generate the guest Wi-Fi credential, and the Webex bot, which alerts the host that his guest has arrived. This little snippet of code is the post request for the API of ICE. I'm not a security guy, so I'm a collaboration guy. I like DevNet. I'm not into those devices usually, but I think that the point of the hackathon was trying something new, learn something new. DevNet is about that, definitely. So I've tried to, study the API of ICE, and it's not that complicated. I mean, it's just a body, a JSON body with a typical authorization of these devices. It's very coherent with the rest of your Cisco experience. Even though I'm a collaboration guy, I was able to, make it work quite easily. OK, let's see the second use case. This is the drive-through check-in use case. Basically, we thought, OK, we have a solution for managing and welcoming people that just entered the company, but we have a big parking lot inside our company, and sometimes visitors just come by car. But the experience of coming by car can be clunky because in order to enter, you have to hoop off the car, go to the intercom and say, OK, you have to enter. Who are you visiting? And this kind of stuff. It's not easy. So we thought, OK, is there any way that we can automate this process? Also because once they are inside, OK, let's admit that they are already inside, they still had to go to the reception to register themselves. So it's a waste of time. Is there any way we can jump entirely this stuff? And the answer is yes. We found this solution. We weren't able to realize the whole proof of concept because we didn't have the second generation Meraki camera, but it's definitely technically feasible to do that. Using the Cisco Meraki camera, which is equipped with machine learning, it can notice when a car approaches the car gate, and it can read the plate with proper add-ons. Can send this information using a webhook, maybe, to my application. And the application checks if the car plate is enabled to enter in that particular day. How does it know? I've used the database, in this case Mongo, which is populated using the Webex bot. So people inside Lutech can use the bot and chat the bot to make a reservation for a car plate on a particular day. I will demo this part in a sec. As soon as the car approaches the gate and the car plate is recognized as an authorized car plate, again, the application spawns a token, spawns a guest Wi-Fi credential from Cisco ICE, and those credentials are received by the guest via email. This is the user experience of making a reservation. It's in Italian because we're going to use in our company, so I'm going to translate you. But it's very simple. It's just 3 commands. It's make a reservation, prenota, verify your reservation, verifica, and delete a reservation, cancella. By issuing the make a reservation command, you receive back an attachment card, which the person in Lutech fills with the details of its guest, name, surname, company email, card plate, most important, and the day of the visit. The bot answers with a confirmation, and then it's possible to list your reservation with the verifica command, you see. And by using the card plate as key, a reservation can be deleted. Okay. And then again, I've checked that the reservation has been deleted. For the third use case of the application, we thought, OK, now people are inside the company. We invited them mostly because we want to showcase Cisco Webex devices. What a better way to showcase those by adding more services, more features to these devices. The usual way to do that is making an interface on the touch device that is usually on the table. But we wanted to add something more. It was a contest, so we were looking for some wow effect. And we found that wow effect, in my opinion, in the Webex assistant skill. So we decided to develop a very small Webex assistant skill to give more services to the guests coming into the company. As you've seen, in every scenario, we create guest Wi-Fi credential. That's just, one example. I've used that because of dry. Don't repeat yourself. I've already the code. I've used that again. And I've decided to make it possible for users into meeting rooms to ask for more Wi-Fi credentials using the voice. And that's how it works. That's the user experience. You invoke the Webex assistant, hey Webex, OK Webex, ask or tell skill name, in our case, Lutech, and then what you want, the action. In our case, make a guest Wi-Fi user credential, and you get back actual. Now those are expired, so don't even try. You get actual credential for guest Wi-Fi. So how does it work? The Flask application is the same that you've seen in the first two scenarios. I've reused that because it was already there, so why not? I think most of you might know how to make a macro that invokes an application using XAPI. But here it is. That's what happened. What you want to integrate also, Webex Assistant. The Webex Assistant requires an SGA gateway, which stands for Asynchronous Server Gateway Interface, which is like Flask, but asynchronous. So while Flask is synchronous, UVcorn, that is what I've used in this case, it's asynchronous. I'm going to go through the process of how it works. While I explain that, try to guess how many lines it takes to actually make it work, OK? Because you will be surprised. So the process is that the video endpoint, when the Webex Assistant is invoked, sends the event to the cloud. So your voice is translated into text, OK? Then, since you invoked also the skill, this is passed to the skill, and the skill requires that you set a webhook URL. And that information is sent to your application through the webhook URL. Your ASGI application handles the event and returns an answer to the cloud. Then the cloud knows which device invoked in the first place the assistant, and this state is returned to the device, which manages it through an XAPI macro. So this is the code. Any one of you might have guessed how many lines it takes? One? How much? OK, 100? Any idea? Any idea? 40. Exactly, 40. It's 20 lines for the ASGI application, and another 20 lines, about 20 lines for the XAPI macro. So, I mean, that's a very small number, in my opinion. And it didn't take even that long to develop it, because we had the idea of doing this. It was like 6 p.m. on a Friday. And we thought, OK, it would be awesome if we are able to put a wow effect in our product. And I said, OK, the skill might be good for that, but I don't know. I feel it could be complicated. But let's look into it. I've started looking into it on a Friday night, like a couple of hours. And then by Saturday noon, everything worked. So it took like half a day, something like 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that. OK? We're finished. When we started, we weren't thinking about winning the hackathon. OK? We participated in this hackathon not because we were trying to win, but just because we wanted to learn something new and have fun. OK? We just wanted to try something new. Winning was a dream to us. We thought we were never thinking of this. I would have never thought that I would be here presenting in front of you today. But still, we reached the finals, and that was crazy, and started dreaming, OK, but what if we win? We're going to Vegas. It's crazy. And when they told us that we had won, I was completely out of my mind. I throw my headphones around and shouted. So we were completely crazy. And I think that this is the main message of the hackathon. Have fun, learn things, try it, and who knows, you might win, because if you dream and believe in yourself, you might finally reach your goal. Thank you. A couple of slides from Cisco. You have seen these like 1,000 times. There's the technical session surveys. Please answer the surveys. And the value of certification, I think you have seen this slide like 1,000 times. OK. If you have any questions, just drop an email to info@lutech.it or contact me through the Webex space. Thank you. We have a couple of minutes, maybe. I don't know if, yeah, we have a couple of minutes. So since we actually have a few times left, if anyone has a question, or maybe, I don't know. No questions? Cool. OK, so we're done. Thank you.